8:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, September 8th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Ken, welcome in. XRP Fried Chicken. Tanya Love, welcome back. I greatly appreciate you tuning in as always. And thank you, everybody who's tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I know I'm on at an odd time. I tend to do that these days. Julie's not doing all that great right now, so I'm coming on while I can, and we'll see who ends up showing up in here. And everybody who does, I'm always very grateful for everybody who tunes in. I didn't do anything fancy in the title, I just went straight to the point. And whoever shows up and wants to see the analysis and then see some of the stuff that's actually transpiring right now, I do appreciate everybody who tunes in. I do. Because it seems like at this time with crypto, a lot of people are starting to phase it out again. And I think this is a very, very important time to actually pay attention to what's transpiring. But as we know, when we get into this cycle, when it goes up, we'll get hundreds, if not thousands of people, tens of thousands of people into the space. But when it goes, millions in that case, but it trickles into here. But when we start going through these cycles, we have to emotionally not get pushed out of what we're trying to do here and stay the course. The most important thing we can say is stay the course. We've got 15 people in here tonight so far. 11 likes. I greatly appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button, as it really does help push me through the analytics. After Rob credit card company snatched $1,200 out of my account. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do until next week. Tell me something good, Tom. Well, that doesn't sound too good. Good evening, Terry. Welcome in. Last stream was fantastic. Yes, I appreciate that. But you notice when I do streams that are not targeted just towards technical analysis, it will get a lot less views, even if it's got overall. As the weeks go on, it'll end up with more views than the ones in the short term, because there'll be ones that can be viewed down the road. But in the short term, they always do worse, but they end up doing better as the time goes on, if that makes any sense. So I don't anticipate, as many people tuning in, not just because of the market, but just because we don't have anything to talk about going up. A lot of people like when it's going up, but right now there's news with the SEC. There's other news as well. So everybody who does tune in at these structures and these times, this is the important times to me. I know we can get hundreds of people in here and crowd it up when the market's going up, but I want to know who's here, when the market's not so hot, when we have to pay attention to the real ebb and flow. Cutie, welcome back in. And I actually pay attention to a lot more people. I have a lot more respect for the ones who show up during these times and comment. You don't have to be in the live. The live is a luxury for all of us. I didn't start the lives just so everybody. These were just live updates. I didn't even think 5 people would be in here when I first started it. So when we get cycles where we get a ton of people in here, when we get cycles when there's less people, I still am shocked that so many. Even now, look at everybody talking. It's just I started doing this just to do a live update in case anybody wanted to have an active discussion, and it's just snowballed. And it's actually pretty cool to see. So I thank everybody for the continued support. By the way, I feel fantastic today. I really do. I've been able to work out, even though I can't do full working out because my hand's still recovering. It's probably got a good 4 weeks to 6 weeks until I'm getting closer to fully healed. But I have been back to the gym the last 4 days, so it's been nice. I've been walking there and back, and it's a 1.6 mile round trip. So I feel revigorated. So with XRP and the daily technical analysis, and please just hit that like button. It will help me push through the analytics. And Terry, I appreciate you saying that was one of the most truthful videos you've seen. It was, but as you notice, that won't be the most popular video because I'm talking about the total circulating supply. And it might hurt some feelings, that's all. So welcome everybody who's tuning in. I thank you for tuning into this live. Thank you all so much. It means a lot to me that you're tuning in. We're just going to do a few minutes here, and then I'll let you guys go back to your normal day. But right now with XRP, we've had this death cross, but I didn't want to focus as much right now on the technical analysis is why the headline wasn't all about it, because we have to talk about the SEC. But right now we've had the death cross. So it looks like on this thinly traded weekend, you would expect a retest up here at around the 52.4 area. So that is what I am fully anticipating this thinly traded weekend. It's actually what I'm planning for on this thinly traded weekend. So just expect that. But I want to go into the SEC real quick, as the SEC counters Ripple, an effort to appeal groundbreaking XRP ruling. The Securities and Exchange Commission has further argued the need for a mid-case appeal over the finer points of law. Chair Gary Gensler's U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has made another move in the agency court dispute with CEO Brad Garlinghouse's Ripple. Kevin Deitch, Getty, and Scott Moore Shutterstock from CoinDesk. So whether or not Ripple violated securities law in making XRP available to retail investors by putting it on crypto exchanges is absolutely a question that needs appeals court intervention. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) argued Friday. The SEC filed a response to a Ripple memo, which argued the opposite as part of its ongoing case against the crypto company closely affiliated with the XRP cryptocurrency, while Ripple argued last week that the SEC hadn't made a sufficient argument to warrant an appeal. Friday's filing pushed back forcefully. The defendants themselves say that the issues have industry-wide significance and are of special consequences, the filing said. The SEC signaled its intent to appeal Judge Annalisa Torres's ruling in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York last month, asking the judge for permission. Soon after, the judge allowed the SEC to make its case, giving Ripple a September 1st deadline to present its opposition. Friday's filing is a response to Ripple's opposition memo. Judge Torres ruled in July that Ripple violated federal securities law on how it sold XRP to institutional investors, but that it had not done so with retail investors. Another judge in the same court, Judge Rakoff, disagreed with the judgment when he ruled on a different case, also brought by the SEC. The regulator pointed to this in its first memo. And Friday's filing as part of its bid to convince Torres to allow the so-called interlocutory appeal, allowing an appellate court to take up some legal questions. While the case is still progressing in the original court, Judge Rakoff did reject this court's legal conclusion that the existence of blind trading platform-based transactions precludes the application of Howey as a matter of law under virtually identical facts. Sales of the crypto asset by the issuer to investors on a platform in blind bid/ask transactions, the filing said. I appreciate that, Kyle. It means a lot to me. Should Judge Torres grant the SEC's motion, it will need to present its case before the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. Getting its legal dispute settled by the appellate court now could speed up the resolution of the case in the long term, the SEC contended. So, yeah, no. It's, this is just, what was going around now. So I just like to, stay ahead of it with the audience. You know what I'm saying? I like to make sure everybody stays ahead. So, I mean, that's what's going around right now. That's the big thing with that. Yep. I agree with that. I agree.